Hi there! We're looking at our next of the addition and subtraction strategies, which are the doubles. So for doubles, we have all of our doubles here. Another thing for students to have memorized, right? To know all their doubles, because it's going to help them solve questions without having to count on their fingers all the time. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Anytime they see that, it's going to make it easier. It's also going to make it easier in instances where you have something like 4 plus 14. And you're like, oh, okay, 4 plus 4 is 8, so 4 plus 14 is going to be 18, right? And then we have things like 4 plus 5. Well, if 4 plus 4 is 8, I'm just going to take this one back off of here. If I know that 4 plus 4 is 8, and I have 4 plus 5, I can say, oh, well, that's easy. It's just going to be one more than what 4 plus 4 is, because 5 is one more than 4. So my answer is going to be 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. Another thing that can help in this is if students have developed the sense of, now this is another little tool, this is not a strategy, but this is a tool, are what we call pelty 2. Or part whole, and it's a way of conceptualizing addition and subtraction where you have, if this is 9, this is the whole, then 4 and 5 are parts of that, right? So 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 take away 5 is going to be 4. 9 take away 4 is going to be 5. So thinking of it as this is the whole thing, and these are parts of what make up the whole thing. Okay, so that's an important aspect of understanding these kinds of equations. So then let's look at another one. So that was doubles, 4 plus 4. Doubles plus 1, 4 plus 5. Then we have 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, and then if I had something like, ooh, 6 plus 8, and a lot of students are going to want to count that, and I've said it in a previous video too, some of them will even start counting up to 6 and then count on 8 more, which is a high probability of making errors at that point. Even if they start from 8 and then count up 6 more, which is a little more efficient, it's still likely to create errors, right? Especially as they run out of fingers to count on. Yeah. So we want to think of, okay, if they know 6 plus 6 is 12, and they don't even need to think about it, that's just, oh, that just comes to them with great automaticity, then when they look at 6 plus 8, what we want is for it to start triggering in their mind, oh, well, that's close to 6 plus 6. It's just 2 more. So if 6 plus 6 is 12, what's 2 more than 12? Well, it's 14, right? And that can be difficult, and students will push back against it. They'll want to count on their fingers. It's just easier. It's what they know. But as they get up into the double digits and beyond for their numbers, adding, it's going to be so much more difficult if they're trying to count it all on their fingers. Okay, and then another one, 4 plus 5 is 9. So I could think of this in a subtraction way as well. I could say, oh, well, I know that 5 and 5 is 10. There's a double. And 4 is 1 less than 5, right? So I know that my answer is going to be 1 less than 10, which is 9. Okay, and so that would be doubles minus 1. You can also have doubles minus 2. Like here I showed doubles plus 1 and doubles plus 2. Okay, so that's our doubles strategy.